No, for sure.
So
Are you
yeah.
guys related? Like, what made you start the show together?
So we're actually friends. We met through a mutual friend. I was living
Hmm.
in Jamaica at the time, and when I moved here, one of my friends said to reach out to one of her friends that she grew up with, I believe in elementary school.
Yeah.
And yeah, long story short, we met up. We had a date basically at Joey's,
Okay.
candles and everything, eat steak and everything. And from there
Yeah,
it was history. And
it was a
one
vibe.
day we were just talking about, the culture in Canada and the music industry and entertainment industry. And we just had the same goal. We want to see people thrive. So we started this
I love
together.
that. I love that. No,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah.
And I've been watching what you guys are doing. That's why I even reached out in the first place. But
Yeah.
you guys are doing big things, and I
Yeah.
respect
You're
it.
doing
So
big things too. I see what you're
I
doing with your
appreciate
music
it.
video. But we'll wait. We'll wait.
Yeah, I'll do the
Yeah,
official
yeah, for sure, for
introduction
sure.
and then we'll jump right back into that music video. So, hey guys, this is Izzy
Wagwan, this is your girl, Big Mish.
and we have Fame Holiday in the
In
What's
the
building.
good? What's good?
building.
So,
What's
yeah, let's get
popping?
back to that big video you just dropped. It is going viral on
Take me
Instagram.
away.
Wanna see them better days, don't wanna see my mama crying. You know it hurts my heart to see my young brothers dying.
Take me away. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's been crazy. But it's honestly like amazing how the feedback I've been getting from it. Like, even having like my little sister in the intro of the video and giving her that opportunity to like kind of get her acting on. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool to not only have my family involved and friends, but just to get nothing but love from
Whatever
the
it is
final
about the
product.
Take Me Away video, it has such a powerful message. I mean, everyone has
Yeah.
been moved, especially because of George Floyd. But
Yes.
the message is very, very powerful. And I
Hmm.
salute you for that. What exactly inspired you to start that video, or what inspired you to create the video?
So if we're gonna get into that, I gotta bring you back to like what made me create the song in the first place.
Hmm.
Yes.
So for the song, it was honestly something I made for myself. Like for me, I got into music in the first place to express myself. I've never been really the type of person to vent to a bunch of people about what's going on in my life. I always like kind of was more quiet and kept to myself, but I put it all into the music. So back in June, when like the George Floyd stuff happened, seeing that all over social media, it being such a big thing, which is crazy. And then just a whole bunch of other things and just not seeing justice and the repeated same cycle, it really hit me. And I was like, man, like every time I go on my phone or I turn on the news, it's the same thing. And it's just really sad. And I want to do something to use my platform to really speak out on these type of things. I never looked at myself as a political person, but as someone who has a big following and, people in a sense like are inspired by or look up to, I want to use my platform for something good and spread some more positivity and bring more awareness to Black Lives Matter because I feel like it's very important.
I feel like everyone had an initial reaction when it came out to George Floyd. I want to know what was
Hmm.
your reaction to it when you
Say
just
that
saw the
again,
video
sir.
for the first time. So when you saw the first 9 minutes of the video of George Floyd, what was
Yeah,
your reaction to the video?
it honestly blew my mind. Like I couldn't believe that. Like even because like you see how like there's other police standing around. Like I couldn't believe that they didn't even stop it from happening. You know what I mean? Like that was like it was terrible. And then just to see everyone recording and everything, and no one like did anything to like try to get the police off. Like I know obviously they would get in trouble if they did it, but it was really sad to see.
Yeah, it was sad how bystanders are the worst people, I think. Like people who witness something bad happening and they just watch.
And don't do anything about it.
Yeah. Do you have any
Yeah.
personal experience with police brutality?
Not me personally, but like I have like family in the States and they have experienced different things. So like they share their stories and stuff. But I personally never had any of my own situations with police brutality.
Yeah, I asked because there's a lot of young Black men who personally have experienced police brutality, or even not even if it's not brutality, they've experienced some sort of discrimination that has affected them negatively. Big Mish, have
No, for sure.
you
Say that
experienced
again.
anything? No, I'm asking Big Mish if she's experienced
I've
anything.
personally not experienced anything, but I've heard multiple stories, especially in the States. And
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
sad. Every time I hear the stories, you feel moved.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I haven't heard a lot of stories in Canada. I've seen stories, I've seen headlines, but I haven't really seen that kind of blatant, racism before in Canada.
Hmm.
So my
But I'm pretty
question,
sure. Sorry to cut you off. I didn't
go
mean to cut
ahead.
you off, but they make a lot of films on these things now. So like a lot of movies, they really showcase like perfectly what like America really is like, and it's hurt. It's very hurtful to see like being Black. You can't even like go anywhere without being discriminated in a sense, and it's terrible. And we need to do better. You know what I mean? We got to stand up for each other and come together. Like unity is super key. So
Yeah, what was the feedback like in your community when you dropped your video? Like, did people reach out to you personally to say, you know, it's really inspiring, it changed me, like, kudos to you, good job?
definitely, like I got a lot of feedback. Nothing really positive, except for like trolls in the comments and stuff. But other than that, it's been nothing but love, and just people are sharing it, and I don't even have to ask them or anything. They want to, they feel a part of it, and they are a part of it at the end of the day. So with that, I had a whole bunch of people in my community, period, in the video. Like there's a lot of people in it. Um, a lot of people who had like their own Black owned business and stuff like that. Everyone who was in that video does something. They have their own brand. They have something going on for themselves. So I wanted to showcase Black people coming together and making change and standing up for something positive.
Which part of Canada are you from? Like you said, your community. Are you from Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga?
I'm from Mississauga.
Okay, lit. We love when Mississauga artists come on.
Yes, definitely.
I'm from I also call it OSOT. So what that stands for is other side of Toronto.
Yeah, because like I think we had a few guests on here where we always talk about like we just need to be linked together. So like Mississauga, Brampton, Toronto. Someone said, I think it was Dante Carter, shout out to him. Yes. He said we're like cousins to Toronto. Yes. Like we're all one at the same time.
No, definitely. That's why like me and my team and my collective, we created OSOT to like kind of, I feel like a lot of artists in the city, like all around GTA, like they kind of fight to say like they're from Toronto. Like that's the cool thing to say. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of like talented Toronto artists, but there's so much more talent as well in other cities around the GTA. So we wanted to kind of come up with something that people can claim that they're from, where it's like, represent where the city that you're from, be proud of it, and be the next person to come out of your city. Like I want to be the next Drake in my city, for example, you know what I mean? Like for Saga. So it's like, I feel like it's important to represent where you're from. You don't have to like resort to like, oh, say I'm from Toronto. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter, you know what I mean?
It is important to represent where you're from, but I feel like on a global scale, everyone just knows about Toronto and that's it. Do you feel like if you made it on a broader scale, you would represent Mississauga, or is it that
it's funny that you say that, because every time I kind of like talk about OSOT, like people say that, like, yeah, Toronto's the main city, like in Canada, everyone knows it, but like, it's true. Yeah, that's right. But if you go with that mentality, like how is any other city ever going to get shine? Like someone has to kind of like take that L in a sense for a little bit until obviously your city gets popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I'm just willing to do it for my city.
Yeah. Speaking of positivity, I noticed that you're not just sticking to, Mississauga in terms of the good work that you're doing. Tell us about your merch. Because I know you're donating some of the proceeds. Yeah. Oh, you're wearing it. Okay.
Definitely.
Tell us about that.
So my merch is for Take Me Away. I also have the logo. It says Black Lives Matter now and forever, because it's not just for a moment thing. It's long term. We're all in this together. We're working hard for justice. But so half of the proceeds is going to an organization called Stolen from Africa. And what they do is like they create youth programs and they educate like young Black youth about the culture and where they're from and everything like that. So it's very important. They're an amazing platform in what they do. They've been doing it for years. So it's an honor to partner up with them and do something like this to bring more awareness and help other kids and stuff get out of negative situations.
So what exactly inspired you to partner up with them and to give back?
So initially I had reached out to my homie Logic. So he's one of the head people in Stolen from Africa. And he came out to the video shoot. So that was actually the first time we ever met. One of my homies introduced us, and it was just a vibe when we met. Like we really connected. It was genuine. And I got to know his story and what he represents and really understand what Stolen from Africa was. And then when I came up with the merch, I was like, I don't really care to really profit off of it. It was more like, okay, I really want to focus on giving back with this release. Like everything I want to do is give back. So what can I do with my merch? And if I was to donate the money, where would it go? And I wanted it to go to a place that I really did my research on and understood, okay, what you guys do. And there's a lot of American different platforms I could have donated to, but I wanted to be more a part of it. And like I actually got to sit down with him and really just have great conversation and understand, okay, what they do. And me doing this, like opening a lot of doors for me to also be a part of other things in the future with talking to like youth about their dreams and what they want to do and trying to just educate them and inspire them to go after their dreams,
So did you always want to give back, or is it something you developed recently?
No, I've always like done little like give backs. I've partnered up with like churches like in the past, like to give out like turkeys and stuff like that to like the homeless and clothing, especially when it's cold, like the winter time. Actually, this weekend coming up, I'm doing a partnership with OSOT Radio. So they're doing a big give back downtown in Scarborough and also Brampton. So I'm definitely going to be out there like giving out different things to the homeless and just trying to give back. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've been doing it for a long time, so it's nothing new really.
Nice. What
Really
advice
good.
do you have for, young kids who want to reach their dreams? Because I know you work with the youth, right?
Yeah, for sure. Advice I would say, it really just depends on what you want to do. But are we talking music or just in general?
In general.
Yeah,
in general.
Yeah, okay. From my experience with life, like I'm still super young. I'm only 24, but I have a lot of life to live still. Like whatever. But I feel like what I've learned throughout the years is, even talking to older people and just being surrounded by older people, from a lot of people who didn't like follow their dreams and they didn't really do what they love, they kind of just work to survive in a sense. Like that's cool and I respect it, but they're not really happy and they have a lot of regret of what they wish they could have done if they could go back into time. So what I would speak to the youth about is really just, if you have something you're passionate about, if you have a dream, you only live once. Why not just invest all your time into it? Why not go after it? You have nothing to lose but regret in the future if you don't do it. So learn from people's mistakes and just focus, lock in, and get the job done. Because at the end of the day, you're only going to be happy doing what you love.
Absolutely. And one thing I've noticed for sure is that you're happy with the route that you took, which is music. And
Yeah,
speaking of youth, I know that in your most recent interview with Simone Jennifer Smith, shout out to her, you
yeah.
mentioned
Shout out
that
to Simone.
you were influenced by Chris Brown, 50 Cent, and Big
Hmm.
Sean. But 50
Yeah.
Cent kind of, not 50 Cent, more of Chris Brown kind of took me. Why is it that you're heavily influenced by Chris Brown?
You said why is it?
Yes, yes.
So my mom had me at 16 years old, so super young. I kind of feel like we grew up together in a sense. So in my household, it was always like R&B playing, more R&B than hip hop. So I was really like, I was motivated by R&B, like from the Ushers to the B2Ks, Omarions, like Marcus Houston, like stuff like that. And then I remember I was probably in grade 3 when Chris Brown came out. So that was probably like 2005. And he's just someone I always thought was dope, like very fly, like great singer, you know what I'm saying? Someone I connected to being in like school. And then just seeing like everything he's been through throughout his career and stuff and how he's able to like overcome like very big steps and stuff. It just always inspired me. Like I feel like he's an amazing artist and that's definitely someone I gotta work with in the future before, his time comes or, whatever. Like he's a legend to me. So I gotta work with him.
What type of artist would you say you are? Would you say you're an artist for the ladies, or do you make music for everybody?
I love making music for women at the end of the day, but I'm a very versatile artist. I make music about what I go through in life, what like party music. Like I feel like my music is just very versatile. It's a vibe. So I feel like I have a song that can kind of go for any situation in life.
You
It's
know
kind of
which
hard to like put
song?
myself in a box.
You know which song I had on repeat?
My thing?
Confusing.
Okay. I had that one
Okay,
on repeat,
I
my
love that you
thing.
guys both said two different songs.
Yes.
That's dope. But nah, what did you like about Confusing? Like
Confusing
what
is
about
just a
Confusing
beautiful
stepped up to you?
song. Like
Yeah.
I felt like I was in like an R&B video. It was really nice, and I felt like you were speaking about someone specific. I don't know if you were, but that just goes to show how much of your feelings you're pouring into your music, like how real it is. It was
Yeah,
just a
nah, for
beautiful
sure.
song. Like
Sometimes you gotta let the girls know, like if you want something, you gotta speak up. Like there's no point of
and I
wasting
think
time.
that's why I like
You
it
want-
too, because I
You-
don't really speak up all the time. Like I'm kind of quiet, so
Nah,
was
it's
very-
cool, but like if you want something, you gotta be straightforward. Like or else people can get the wrong impression.
Now
know
that
what I
you
mean?
mentioned that, Izzy, and now that you mentioned Fame Holiday, that you make music for women as well, have you ever made a specific song for a woman before? A specific woman?
Definitely.
Okay.
Especially like the first time I got my heart broken. That's something that like stuck with me. I feel like I was throwing jabs for a long time in
Hold
my
up.
music.
What grade
But
were you
that's
in?
just-
Because guys have their first heartbreak at grade 1 and they carry it forever. What grade were you in for your first heartbreak?
This is gonna sound so funny because it really doesn't matter to me no more. I promise you. Like
It's
all love
kindergarten,
over
isn't
here.
it?
But the first time I probably got my heart broken was in grade 9.
Okay, that's not too young.
Sure,
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
she
was
do?
like 14. You said what she do?
Yeah.
She was just, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to throw her under the bus, but
Okay.
she didn't know what
Good
she
guy.
wanted. I'll leave it at that. You know what
You're a
I'm
good guy.
saying? Yeah, I ain't trying to dog nobody out here.
Speaking of dogging people, okay, I just want to bring this up. It was just a random topic. Like, I just wanted to get everyone's perspective on it. Meek Mill had a line about Kobe, and they're dogging him. And some people are saying, you know, you guys are being unfair. You're only dogging him because it's Meek Mill. Like, if it was someone else, you wouldn't be going this hard. And some people think his line was really out of pocket. So he had a lyric and it said, "And if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper. It'd be another Kobe." What do you think about that line?
I could see why, like, okay, I could see what he meant because I understand music. I rap. I understand the punchline. Like, I guess what he meant by it was he'd be going out like a legend. That's what I get from it. But I also see why it's very sensitive, and he didn't need to go that way and say that. You know what I mean? Especially it being so recent, and it's just I wouldn't say that because it's a situation that affected so many people. And it wasn't just Kobe; it's like his daughters. It's a whole situation. So it's just, to me, it wouldn't be worth it. But I understand, I guess, like the line. But for me as an artist, I wouldn't go about it saying that line.
Have you ever had a line that you said in a song and then you regret it after? Like when you heard it, you regret it?
To be honest, I haven't. I haven't.
Are you super careful? Are you super careful with your lines just because of situations like this? You might get some kind of backlash from people.
So I'll give you a perfect example. Actually, I am careful. Like I'm very mindful. I don't like focus on it too tough. To be honest, like you said, like I pretty much just create what I feel. So there's to a certain point you can't really focus too much about what people think. You just got to do you and be yourself. Always stay authentic to yourself, but also be sensitive because we live in a world where everyone has an opinion, and in a sense everyone could be affected by what you say. So got to be mindful for that. But for Take Me Away, the initial version, it actually said, so do you know the hook?
We've heard the hook. We've
heard just take me away, take me away. So, I thought he wanted us to sing the whole thing.
I'm like, damn, I can't sing, but I heard the hook though.
So I say, I want to see them better days. I want to see my brother. No, that's the line again. Okay. Basically in the hook, I said it used to be the N-word. Like I don't want to see it like my guys, but I was like, okay, I could go about it and just dedicate it to that, like, you know, my people, whatever. It doesn't affect me because that's at the end of the day, that's how we talk. Like that's just what it is. We don't mean no harm when we say that personally, but I was like, okay, but if I switch it to brother, which still means the same thing, this song will not be limited. It can you can talk to a bigger audience and get more people involved with the record, and it's able to be played in schools if I wanted it to be played in schools and stuff like that. It's able to, you know what I mean? So it was a different perspective, and that was just one little line that could have changed everything. You know what I mean?
You were very intentional.
You are. Just to add on what you said though, for the N-word, I like that you're very careful with it. However, I've seen mainstream songs go mainstream with the N-word and they kind of bleep it out.
No, but he's saying because of the message.
No,
like,
the message you want it to be. Yeah, you want it to be played in certain areas.
Don't get me wrong. I use the N-word in my lyrics sometimes, but for this song, it wasn't worth it. It didn't make sense because
it's an uplifting song. Yeah.
The whole goal with the song was to tap into as many people as possible and spread this message. So why would I use a word that offends a lot of people? You know what I mean? It didn't make sense.
Especially when it highlights BLM. Definitely.
And we're on like 3 radio stations right now, so it wouldn't be possible if I just had kept that one word. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of the word, what do you guys think about non-Black people saying the word?
I don't feel like it's necessary. They definitely don't need to be saying it. Like, but at the same time, like personally, it doesn't offend me. Like, I don't get offended by it, but people don't call me that if you're not.
Yeah.
Black,
I don't get offended either, but just don't say it.
To me,
like I remember, I had did a video on my YouTube channel with Debbie. Y'all know Debbie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And she uses it, and I kind of asked her like, why does she do it, whatever. Like, but she had her own reason. Like, I just respected it. That's how she feels. She's allowed to speak on however she feels. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna attack her for it, but if I was her color, would I do it? No. But you know what I mean? we're different people.
Yeah. I feel like we can only educate people and then just leave it to them. Like, we can't waste our energy trying to police people and what they say. Like, educate, teach them if they don't know, but don't waste your energy. That's what
the
I
most you
think.
can do is educate people on it. That's the most you can do. But
Mm-hmm,
speaking of music, we're going into our trending topic. So DMX was very vocal about how he felt about Toronto girls. Fame Holiday, I'm pretty sure you saw that clip. So he
Say that
first
again. I didn't hear what you said. Say that one more time.
So
sir.
DMX was very vocal about how he felt about Toronto girls.
And Toronto people.
Yeah.
Toronto people in general. So he first stated that Toronto has a whole world worth of bitches. And he also stated that you can meet every bitch from every country in Toronto. So what do you think about his statements?
Wait, can I add to something just to make this really juicy? He also said Toronto are stupid. Toronto people are stupid.
He said that.
Toronto people or Toronto women?
He said
Toronto
people.
Yes, he said Toronto people.
Yeah.
Are
So
stupid.
I think I know what he meant by it when he said that. I'm not saying it was okay though. But okay, so I'll answer the first question. So the first question was, what was my opinion on
Toronto women, yeah. What do you feel about Toronto?
Okay, yeah.
women?
So I definitely feel like you can find any woman in Toronto from any race because it's such a multicultural country. You know what I mean? Like Caravana, for example, that speaks volumes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no island in Canada, but there's a bunch of island people out here. And that's just one example. That's one race. Brampton, there's a lot of like Indian people and stuff. Like, that's a fact. You know what I mean? It's not a joke. So it is what it is. I feel like that makes sense. In terms of him saying like Toronto people are stupid, we're definitely not stupid. We're very educated. But I don't know how he meant it because I'm not in his brain. I haven't had a conversation with him. But if anything, he probably just meant like we could probably be naive to like the way that a superstar or a big artist like himself in America could be in Canada because we're not used to seeing it as much as like Americans see it. You know
Did
what
you
I mean?
watch the interview?
No, I didn't.
But that's exactly how he meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was he was in Toronto.
Yeah.
He went to the club.
He probably had a bunch of girls throwing themselves at because they're not used to that.
Let me tell you the story. So first of all, he said, Toronto. I think he said Toronto women had the best pussy. That's what he said.
Okay. So he gave y'all a compliment.
Oh yeah. He also said he went to the club. He met this girl. She had a boyfriend, and she was about to leave with him, DMX, and the boyfriend was crying, saying, "Please don't leave me," crying, tears, and the girl left with DMX anyways. He took her home. She stayed with him.
Damn.
That girl's a savage.
She's
like, yo, I only got one night.
Let me take my chance.
So I think he meant it to the guy, like, why are you over here crying?
Okay.
But maybe the girl too, because why would you do that with your
man? The guy? So which part you think he was referring to? Toronto people being stupid?
About crying over the woman. Like, if you see your woman leaving with someone, you're gonna cry in the club?
Yeah, but I don't think he was referring to the guy. I think he was just talking about Toronto in general. But in that case, that woman is a savage one. And yeah.
And the homie needs to leave that girl because
leave that girl because obviously you know where she's trying to go.
You know how crazy that experience was for him to remember it decades after, because it was a long time ago. For him to remember that, she's a savage. She probably has some bomb pussy, and that guy was probably bawling. He's probably crying.
Oh, Lee. So okay, have you guys? I know I'm not supposed to interview you guys.
You can. It's a vibe. Like, it's a vibe.
All right. Have you guys ever had like an interaction with someone that you really, I wouldn't say idolize, but you were really a big fan of, and maybe they try to holla? Like, how was that for you? I mean, you guys are
okay, so me personally, I don't really care about the fame and the glitz and glam behind the person because I know what it comes with. But I've interacted with a celebrity before, but I'm not giddy and jumpy to go home with them or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it's a one night fun. I mean, hats off to the girls who wants to do it. Go and have your fun if you want to. If you want to remember that night, go ahead. But for me, no.
And for me, like, the one time
I respect that.
I guess I don't want to say few times, but whenever it did happen, like, I didn't even know them. Like, I didn't go out like, oh,
like you didn't know who they were.
I didn't know who they were. And I think like those type of guys, they respect when you're not giddy. Like, I don't think anyone likes that giddy. Are women giddy about you? Like, when they see you?
Sometimes they can be. I had some moments.
Because if you're Mississauga's Chris Brown, Are they like,
You
oh
said,
my God?
say that again?
If you're Mississauga's Chris Brown, are they like, yo, oh my God, fame?
Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Question though, has a girl ever slept with you because you're a rapper?
A singer too, because you know girls go crazy over singers. Silence. Silence.
Don't kill me. Nah, definitely. It has happened for sure. Because like no one really knows like my personal life like that. You know what I mean? I'm very like outside of music, I'm more of a private person, as I said before. So you would only really know me as an artist, like unless you really like we had like mutual friends or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can.
A lot of people don't really know me. Like,
I can see it. I can see girls like, you know, I'm gonna like plotting to stay with you, to get with you because you're fame holiday.
But I'm very careful with my energy. Like, you know, I've heard like people talk on my name in different ways, like positive and negative. But a lot of the people who talk negative is like they don't really know me. Like they can't even say my first name. So it's like I don't really take offense to it. It's just like you guys are kind of forcing something to say because maybe I wasn't feeling you or I didn't give you the time of the day. You know what I mean?
Oh, so look at it. The industry comes with the love and the hate. You have to have both.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. But speaking of love, we're going to speak on Up Next. So he did mention something recently that we found on his page. And the quote is, I love when people break bread with me because I always keep them in the back of my mind to pay them back double. So, Fame Holiday, I want you to shout out persons in your crew that you'd pay back double for what they've done for you.
That's a fair list. Okay. Am I supposed to name them all or a couple?
Can be a couple.
All right.
Can be all.
Shout out
to you.
Shout out to Shazzy. Shout out to Monte. Shout out to Romeo. Shout out to V. Shout out to Shelby. And shout out to SK too.
Nice.
That's dope.
Read the quote
again. There's a lot more.
It.
Okay, I gotta shout out one more person.
I love when people
wait, I think he was saying one more person. What did you say?
Who else?
Shout out to the homie Chevy too. That's my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked her to reread it just so I can process it.
I love when people break bread with me because I always keep them at the back of my mind to pay them back double.
Yeah, I'm tripping though. I forgot the biggest person, like the main person.
Who's that?
My mom.
I was thinking that too. I was like,
my mom. I'm tripping.
Shout out to mom.
I should have been number one. I'm tripping. See, y'all put me on the spot, so I didn't know what to say right away. You know what I mean?
I'm assuming she's your biggest cheerleader in your life right now.
Of course.
Say that again?
I'm assuming she's your biggest cheerleader in your life right now.
Yeah, her and my dad are like super supportive. You know, very supportive. So I'm grateful for that. I know a lot of people don't have supportive parents, especially with the career choice that I'm choosing, but I'm definitely blessed with that. So.
Are you Jamaican?
I'm Bayesian, Jamaican, and I got a little Spanish in me too.
Yeah, I find that Jamaican parents are usually very judgy
and very strict.
Yeah,
and they want you to go
my
through the traditional route.
Like, so my mom's dad is more Jamaican, but he's actually pretty supportive, like with my music. But yeah, I know what you mean though. Like parents from the islands are very like they have their set ways, like do this and do that, and that's it. You know what I mean?
What was that conversation like with your parents when you first told them you wanted to do music?
I feel like they kind of caught me doing it. It wasn't really a conversation. It was more like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about. You can either choose to support it or not, but I'm going to do it regardless because I'm not a stubborn person, but when I want to do something, I'm going to do it like respectfully. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So music is something it made me happy. It was my therapy. So you can't really take that away from somebody.
But Fame Holiday, I have a question to ask you actually. So do you believe that once you receive a favor, you should return back the favor?
If you receive a favor, should you return it back?
Yes. So say, for example, you got money from someone. Do you believe that you have to return it back? Or do you believe it's just a good deed?
It's a good question. I don't feel like you necessarily have to, but like, if you have it, like, why would you not? You know what I mean? You know, for me, like, if anyone's giving me anything, like, I got you like 10 times, you know what I mean? Like, it's love from the jump. So I always find a way to give back. And everyone around me knows that if I ever see an opportunity where it fits you, like I'm going to make sure I tap you into it. And if you're not available, you're not available, but at least I put the opportunity on the table for you. You know what I mean?
I mean, obviously you have a big heart, so that's why you'd think that way. But a lot of persons would not return back money or any kind of favor at all. They just think they get it. That's
you can't take certain things for granted.
It's just a good deal.
There's people out there that have nothing and no one's showing them no love. No one's trying to help them out of nothing. So think about it. Like the only reason there's homeless people on the street is because no one's helping them.
Yeah.
So you gotta look out for your people the same way they look out for you.
I saw a tweet that said, like, do you guys ever get annoyed when someone reaches out to you just for your help, just when they need help? Do you guys get annoyed?
Yep.
Yes.
I think everyone does, but I saw
sometimes.
a tweet that kind of changed my perspective. It said, you should feel honored that when someone is in their darkest moment, they see you as a candle.
I'm not honored.
Wow. I tried to change everybody's perspective here.
That sounds like an excuse though.
Yeah, that sounds like an excuse.
Damn.
Don't get me wrong. I will, no matter what, if you come to me with open arms, I will give you anything I have if you need it, but don't make it a habit. Don't feel like you can always come to me.
I saw that tweet and I was like, I feel changed. I feel like a changed woman. I'm going to share this knowledge. And here I am sharing it and nobody likes it.
Nah.
That's a beautiful quote, though. It's a beautiful quote.
Nah, it was nice. They tried it. That was a good try.
They tried.
I see what you did there.
We saw what happened there. But in Canada, though, Fame Holiday, what do you think would happen if we all broke bread together? What do you think would happen in the industry?
Nah, we'd be bigger than America. Like, we would be like, I don't even know what our limits will be, because look at Drake, look at Justin Bieber, like, look at what Tory Lanez is doing right now. Like, we have a bunch of superstars who come out of the city, and it's like, they surpass, like, the artists of, like, the American artists. In my opinion, like, we're doing stupid numbers. So imagine if we all came together and, gave each other that platform, you know what I mean? Like, it would be OD. Our music is just different. Like, we're creating new vibes.
Can I just say, I feel like Americans love Canadians. I really do. When they come here for Caravana, when they love, look at DMX, they love Toronto Woman. I feel like Canada just has a little vibe about it that
There's a vibe here.
People like. Like, people really like Canadians. The world says we're nice, even though, I'm not trying to say that's why they like us, because we're nice.
I had a friend who actually flew here from the States, and the person snapped herself and she was like, I don't know, but why are you Canadians so nice? Like, she wasn't used to it. It was something so different to her.
We are nice.
Sure.
Yes. I've been to Brooklyn and people are hostile.
The first time I went to LA, I had met this girl and she asked me, she said, oh, you're from Canada? I was like, yeah. So the first thing she brought up was Drake, of course. But then she's like, you guys have McDonald's out there? Y'all got churches out there? Or like, do you guys live in igloos and stuff? I'm like, right, you guys don't know nothing about Canada for real?
They don't know. They actually don't know, because they don't teach them. Like, in our schools, we kind of learn a little bit about US. In the States, they don't learn anything about Canada.
Nothing. It's like irrelevant to them. It doesn't even matter.
They think it's igloos. They literally do.
Yeah, they think crazy.
They probably all think we live in igloos with Drake. The amount of times they're like, oh, you know Drake?
Right? That's crazy.
I cannot. Okay, so we're going to the relationship section. It is called If We're Linking. So the first quote is, I like to pop in people's life to make sure they ain't moving on. So when a man is no longer interested in a woman, do they pop in their lives just to ensure that they don't move on? That's my question for you.
For me, like, I always like keep tabs on what's going on personally, but I also respect, like, if you're moving on, like, I respect that and I want you to be happy. So I'm more encouraging that to happen than I am like trying to hold you back from your blessings and what's making you happy. I'm not like that toxic guy, like, oh, you can't talk to this person, or I don't want you doing this. It's like, nah, it's more the opposite. Like, okay, if you found someone that really makes you happy and that's what you want to do, by all means, like, I'm rooting for you. Like, do your thing, girl.
Mature.
You're very mature.
Very mature.
Never heard that one in a while.
I pop up. I'm not even gonna lie. I pop up. Not like in a toxic way, but I'll just not anymore. I used to. I just like a picture. Just watch their story so they see your name, and then they reach out to you like, hey, what's up?
But why is it that you want to pop up in their lives though?
Just so not anymore.
I'd be lying if I said I never like you said, like a picture or like kind of did something you shouldn't have done.
That's popping up.
I would regret it. I regret it right after. Up. So it's like the more older I get, I just realize like you kind of just gotta let people.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. That was back in the day. Not anymore. I don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you're robbing your own peace if you're looking in your past. Like,
yeah, but I know you guys can relate on this though. I don't know what other questions you have to ask, but I'm sure you guys experienced like a lot of people you talked to in the past or dated or whatever. Once they see you doing like certain things like or doing good, and it's like you're not even worried about them. You guys aren't talking, so all they see is you doing good. and they try to hit you up on some like, yo, like, let's chill, let's do this and that, or how are you, like,
or
up,
I
go?
see you, I see you, I
Hey,
see how you're
stranger.
moving. Yeah,
That shit is weird to me because
It
it's
is
like,
weird.
you know, if I wasn't doing nothing, you would not be hitting me up right
it's
now.
not genuine because they want something from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's not
or
genuine at
they
all.
miss it because they see everybody kind of praising you in a way, and it's like that's just some weird shit to me.
Shout out to DJ Snoopy. He said in one of our very first episodes, he said people in high school who used to make fun of him, now they're reaching out because they want to book him.
Yep.
Yep.
They want to be
shout
his
out
big
to
fans.
DJ
Yeah,
Snoopy
shout out
for
to
that.
DJ Snoopy. That was a
Yes.
real quote because that
That's
is
a big
true.
vibe.
Because
Big vibe.
listen, I had girls in high school. I wasn't very liked, but now they're like, "Hey, you, I miss you." It's like, girl,
Yeah,
big head.
leave me
I
alone.
Big head.
I think we all experience that in our own ways, you know. Because
Yeah.
once you leave high school, it's like the person you become that's who you are. So you know, people who might be more popping in high school, whatever, like most of the time they don't really have the best outcomes after high school. They kind of like fall off in a sense because they were more relying on their clout or their popularity in high school. But after high school, everything changes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even teachers too. I feel like teachers make comments for everyone. I feel like everyone has that one thing that like the teacher said to them that they kind of remembered, you know, and it kind of like affects you as you get older. No,
I never had no.
no, damn.
No.
Well,
You know why though? Because you went to high school in Jamaica. I feel like
Yeah, they're-
Jamaican
yeah, they're
teachers
strict.
are different than because I
Yeah.
still remember my Jamaican. I remember Miss Edwards. I don't know where she is right
Holmes.
now. But I remember my.
I'm not
was
even
true
trying to
out there
shout
in
them out,
Jamaica.
but I remember you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was school in Jamaica? Like, what was that experience like?
It was really strict, but I cannot say that it didn't groom me into who I am today. It definitely did. From elementary
Okay.
up until high school, they were strict in the sense where I had to wear a uniform, I had to wear a tie, and you just have to groom yourself. You have to walk on the left side of the corridor. You have to pray every morning. You have to stand up when an adult walks in a room. You have to say, "Good morning, sir. Good evening, ma'am." I even remember when I went to York University for my first class. And remember, I'm a freshie. I don't know how things work here. And every time, whenever I'm asking a question or talking to a teacher, I would say, "Yes, sir. What's the question, sir?" To the point where he had to call me after class, and he's like, "You don't have to call me sir. My name
Really?
is John." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
You know what's
he
funny?
likes me though. But he's
That's
like,
so
"Don't-"
funny that you remember like your first experience here. When
Yes,
I
of course I
first came
remember
to like, I don't know, I will always remember this. The very first word that like, or the first few words, I just remember this. So when I came here, I had an accent. My accent was strong. The word PETAL.
Pedal.
Yeah, but I was saying, you know,
Petal.
yeah. So when people were, so when Canadians, when I was hearing pedal, I was like, why are we talking about like bike pedals? Like I was confused. And then the other word that used to really trip me up is full stop. Nobody knew what I was talking about.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
yes. I was
Nobody
using
knew.
that a lot too,
Nobody
full
knew.
stop. Yeah.
I will never forget those two words.
Yeah. The school system is definitely very strict in Jamaica. Very strict. And they're way ahead of the school system. If they came here, they're way ahead of it. But
Wow.
they're strict. A lot of people.
I was gonna
cannot
ask you, like,
manage.
if you were misbehaving, like not to sound ignorant, but like, would they beat you? Like, what was
Yes.
that?
when I was in elementary school, they would whoop
Yup.
you. I was talking
What?
to someone
I can't
about that
imagine
actually.
that.
Yes,
I
they
Yup.
can't
would
imagine
whoop
seeing
you.
that.
They would
you know
even
what's
go as
worse
far as
than
to beat
beating?
the ruler.
You know what's worse than beating? They used to make me stand in the front of the class like
Oh
this.
my god, it's so funny
Holy.
because when you mention whooping, that's the first image that came in my
This?
head. I'll never forget the teacher's name too, Mr. Karen. I did not forget you did that to me to the point where like our arms were swollen. They weren't playing, and they
Wow.
would even whoop you if you're not getting 80%, 90%. You remember those days?
When you're oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
so
They
competitive,
wouldn't play
like
with you,
oh
man. They
god.
wouldn't play,
And they even
but-
had like a
Wow.
ranking system in school,
They have a
like
ranking
top
system.
1, top 2, top 3.
Yeah.
School is different.
Yeah, but
School is
That's
it
different.
crazy.
worked. It
That's
worked. I
crazy.
can't lie, it worked.
It did.
It worked.
It did.
It did work. It disciplined my ass. I can tell you that. It really did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
Good
crazy.
times.
yeah. What's
Well,
the school
I mean, you
system
made
like?
it out alive, so clearly you weren't being that bad.
Yeah. I was pretty bad. I can't lie. I was pretty bad sometimes. Sometimes I got rebellious. All of us did.
Yeah.
All of us.
Okay,
What was
okay.
the school system like for you when
Say again.
what was the school system like for you in Canada?
For me, like I never really had problems with teachers or anything. I just had like a lot of dudes that didn't like me because the girls would always like. I was more of like I rather chill with the girls than the guys, and I guess like a lot of girls would talk about me in high school, like in the most humble way. I swear I'm not like cocky or anything
No,
like
we
that.
get
But
it.
that's
We
just
get it.
ahead, yeah.
that's the reality of the situation. And then a lot of dudes just wouldn't like that, so they would kind of just find like reasons to hate me or try to start fights and shit like that. Like it was crazy.
Did you hate school? I hated high school.
Sorry.
Did you hate high school?
I didn't hate it. I love the social aspect of it, but it was hard for me to stay focused. I was always like, because I started music young, so like I always just wanted to do music. I was writing in class and
You
stuff.
knew your passion right
so it was
away.
hard for me to lock in and really focus in classes and stuff because I just always wanted to do music. That was my main
really
focus.
Good. You found your passion right away. Usually in
Definitely.
high school, you don't know what you want to do, but you knew right away. You knew your passion.
No, I'm
I
grateful
barely
for
had
that,
a social
definitely.
life in high school. I was just working. That's why I I didn't enjoy high school. Like I just worked.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, high school for me, we were just trying to live, and the adults wouldn't allow us. So we're just going to school every day, trying to find a way to live, you know. And I went to an all-girls school, so seeing a guy on campus, it's almost like wow, a guy.
Wow.
Woo, wow. But yeah,
So when you went like because you were in school in Jamaica, right?
yes,
For the most part.
yes.
So when you went on field trips and stuff, like where would they take you?
So it depends. So I had a geo class, and they would take you to like certain areas of like the parishes. So they will show you like the crops and the soils, and they will kind of tell you the history behind it, stuff like that. So you'd go to like, for example, St. Thomas, Westmoreland, those places. But yeah,
That's
what
dope.
we
That's
did.
dope.
There was a cove. There's a dolphin cove. I feel like I missed that trip, but I feel like my class went
Yeah,
some cove. Yeah.
yeah. But it was
That's
cool.
what's up.
It was cool.
Mhm.
But yes, now we can move to our next segment. Who are you listening to, Fame Holiday?
Right now, who am I listening to? So right now I have this album on repeat. You know Eric Bellinger?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he just dropped a joint project with Hitmaker, which is a producer, very well-known producer. And it's just so fire. Like every song it's a different vibe, but it's lit. Like I don't know, it's contagious. Y'all should definitely check it out.
I should check it out. I am gonna check it out. Yeah. Who are you
I
listening
think it's
to?
called Easy Line. 1-800
Easy
Easy
Line?
Line. Yeah.
1-800 Easy Lack.
If y'all like R&B, that's definitely a project y'all want to tap into.
Your first R&B. She doesn't really listen to R&B. You know I will tap in, but
Really?
I'll tap in.
I'll
I
listen to. I'm more into trap and I'm more into the hip hop, but I'll listen to the R&B if I have to. But the thing with me and R&B, it gets me my feelings. I don't know why. I can listen to trap all day. I can listen to hip hop all day, and it's almost like, yeah, man, I'm feeling you. But at the same time, when I listen to the R&B, I get in my feelings. I'm like, wow,
Really?
Like, yeah, I'm like, wow.
I think
like,
I definitely get
my heart is broken when I'm not even in anything serious. Like,
really?
yeah,
That's
like,
very
it would be so
interesting.
strange.
That is
Yeah.
very interesting. I listen to R&B, and all I hear is like their voice. I don't relate to it. Maybe that's why I don't like
I
it.
don't relate to it either. I would listen to R&B and I don't relate to it at all. But it's just the way how people deliver their music. That's the power of music, man. It makes you actually believe what they're saying on the track.
When you guys were younger, did you ever like when you were in the car in the back seat and you're hearing R&B? Did you ever like look out the window and like pretend you're in a music video? That's
the bathroom.
That's what I felt in.
Bathroom is my safe haven.
What was I like 8 years old? Like,
you know what I do now? In the car, I would crank up the music so high up, like probably volume 40. And I'm harmonizing in the car, like I'm up there with them, like I'm keeping up.
Wow.
Can you sing? I cannot sing to save my life. But in my car,
so that's why you turn it up really loud so we can't hear you.
Exactly.
So
if I
you
start
feel like you're
croaking,
hitting
I don't want to
notes. You feel
disappoint
like you're
myself.
Damn.
Fame Holiday can do it. He can definitely harmonize on it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Speaking of R&B, name some old R&B artists that you used to listen to.
Yeah, so for me, my favorite R&B time frame is like I know a lot of people like the 90s, but mine is like the early R&Bs. That's just what I resonate and connect to. So that was like the era of B2K.
Look at you.
Marcus Houston,
Yeah.
Usher, of course. Who else was there at the time that I was listening to? So young.
You know B2K?
Yes, Big Mish.
Yeah,
I know
B2K is
B2K.
I was just checking in.
A lot of Omarion when he went like solo too. I like Mario too. Mario was dope.
Yes. Mario's so good,
Yeah.
yes.
Those are the artists I was listening to at the time. Even now I like them too, but that's what I kind of grew up on.
Who did you listen to at the time, Izzy?
Back then, who was I listening to? Trina.
To show you that she really doesn't listen to R&B. She said Trina.
Trina. I was listening to Biggie. I was
listening to Biggie heavy too.
I was listening to like heavy. Disco, like
and Tupac.
I was listening to disco, moment. Like, you know, just like Candy.
Yo, that was a hit too. Yep.
Even when you talk, it takes oh,
you know what? I had a Kanye obsession. Kanye obsession, especially his album The College Dropout. I had an obsession with it. Bad obsession too.
Nah, and Nicki Minaj. I was listening to Nicki like when she used to wear the double bras.
Oh yes. I listened to Nicki too.
When she would be like freestyling in New York.
No, it's Cardi B for me.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B, I'm on it heavy with Cardi.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
But for Toronto artists, I found this song, A.R. Paisley and No Joke Jigsaw. How do you?
So y'all like the bars, then y'all like love the bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that one's a really good song because it has a mix of like the melody and the bars a little. So No Joke Jigsaw. I can't say that fast. Yeah, and A.R. Paisley. The song is called Cost Ya.
Chain on freeze, it's that big snow. 2 bands on knees, let the wrist show.
Nah, he's dope. He's a dope artist for sure.
I really like that song.
Yes, he grew a lot. He did.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to All In by Tuck. That's who I'm listening to.
You found my artist. Okay. You found my artist.
When I found Tuck, I was like, yeah, this is the guy Izzy was talking about.
Got a loud pot looking green like gardens. When I lick her bitch, I get her lit like arsons.
He's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Okay. So to our next segment, we are going to play a game with you, Fame Holiday. Of course, we usually play a game with each of the entertainers that we speak with. So we're definitely going to be playing a game with you. Are you ready to know your game?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Okay, so your game, it is called My Thing. The reason for that is because of your hit song, My Thing.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and ask you a couple things that are your thing. So the first question is, name your favorite R&B artist and name your favorite song he or she created.
So my favorite R&B artist is Chris Brown, of course.
Yes.
He has a lot of dope songs.
Yes,
that's
he does.
A tough one.
Is he knows?
You're getting excited over here.
Like, he knows. Oh my God.
You can't see her, but she's like,
listen,
Chris Brown.
Let me tell you, my sister has an obsession with Chris Brown. But ever since I've been falling up with him, Fame Holiday, you're so right. He has a sauce to him that is so different. He's so fly. And his music, it come across in his music.
And I don't understand how he's able to like stay so consistent over all these years. Like, there's not one song where I'm like, this is trash.
Yes. You know my song though, my song.
Go
Crazy.
Go Crazy is a hit for sure.
That is my song. I will never.
I know what you need. Yep.
Yes.
City Girls is lit though. City Girls is lit.
Yes, they are.
Wait, lit. Who is that duo? Oh, I forgot their name. We just discovered a duo. They're not two girls. Gucci signed them. What's her name? What's her name?
I forgot the name.
I'll put them in. So you have to watch the video to see.
Bitch, I'm thugging no matter the weather. So icy, we flocking together. Plan it out, make me a pot. I get special delivery. Then the bitch hot, you a bundle of misery. Get off.
But they are so dope. Tattoos, their flow, they have like this swag about them.
Very different.
I prefer them to. I hate comparing. Okay, I won't compare, but I really like them. I love them.
Yes. So our next question, name your favorite hip hop song of all time.
This is tough, man. Y'all putting me on the spot.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I like one song that really speaks to me is Nipsey Hussle, Hustle and Motivate.
Ooh, yes.
That one just
Good
like
one.
I can wake up in the morning, start that, and that runs my whole day. I'm on it. Like, you know, I gotta get up, I gotta do my thing, I gotta start this day right. So
did you hear his new track with Jay-Z?
Jay-Z? Yeah, that's fire. That was a fire record. I wish it came out when like he was alive and like,
I know
they were able to do a video for it. I would love to see like a visual for it, but it's a dope record.
Really good.
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with Jay-Z on the track is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything with Jay-Z. Yeah. How about you, Izzy? Your favorite hip hop?
My favorite. Okay. Honestly, don't judge me. 3 6 Mafia and which song do I like by them?
It's not the song I think it is. Don't tell me it's the song I think it is.
Which one?
I don't know the name of it, but
Side to Side. I think that's my favorite song. Might be my favorite song of all time. Like just the beat alone, I think that is one of the craziest beats I've ever heard in my life.
It's dope.
What's it
still. I've
called?
heard it.
Side
I've
to
heard it.
side.
For sure, I've heard
3-6 Mafia.
Can you say how the hook goes?
Like the beat is just, it gets me excited.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay, so your favorite trap song of all time?
Trap song.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, y'all go first. I'm gonna think about that real quick.
Trap. You go, Big Mich.
Ooh, of all time, it's hard, man. Well, I can tell you currently, do you know T Grizzly? I'm obsessed with T Grizzly. I don't know why. His song Payroll, I'm just obsessed with it. But of all time, I would probably say Lemonade by Gucci Mane. Lemonade.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, it's a big classic.
For me, my favorite trap. Would you say Tuck is trap? Is he a trap artist? Tuck and Ace?
Yeah.
So yeah, Tuck and Ace, they're Toronto artists. Hop Out and I think that one's my and What a Mess. Those two might be my favorite trap songs right now.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna find it right now.
Look how much time we gave you.
I know, but y'all, I didn't expect y'all to answer so fast. It's by PNB Rock though. Yeah, y'all know PNB Rock.
Like
yes,
him.
that one. Yes.
Oh, is he art? I liked his. Was it a mixtape? He had it a couple years ago. Really old. That might be one of my favorite projects
Of all time?
Of all time.
Ooh.
Wait,
wrong, you girl.
PNB Rock, right?
It's called PNB Rock Dreamin'. That's one of my favorite trap records.
I forget what's the project called, but is that on it? This song he has the song. Do you know Friends by PNB Rock?
Yeah.
Whatever project that was on, that was one of my favorite projects.
I don't remember what project it's on.
I forget.
Though,
I know it's like purple. It has like a purple color, maybe green. I don't know, but
yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, that album is fire. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That track is dope too.
Guys, I can't wait the first party after lockdown.
You don't have to tell me.
You think we're gonna have like a lot of parties this summer?
Summer, I wasn't really doing a lot of parties in the summer, no. But this summer coming up, I don't know if they can keep me inside.
They can't stop me.
Y'all gotta get that tan, man. Y'all can't stay inside forever.
I don't know if they can keep me inside.
They cannot. Fame Holiday, what about you? Are you gonna turn up this summer?
I'm trying to like organize some special events, little things I could do to engage with my fans and just have, fun, like bring that fun aspect to life again,
Yes.
I want to give people an experience and turn up. Like we missed that. We got to have that. We can't stay locked up forever. I feel like seeing the States and how active they are and like COVID is such a big thing out there too. Like they ain't letting nothing stop nothing. So I'm not saying we should be irresponsible and move the same way, but at the same time, we got to have fun too. So
they need to roll out the vaccine. I wasn't even pro-vaccine before, but at this point, like, give it to me. Let's get out because I'm tired. I'm tired of lockdown.
Oh, man, I ain't say all that.
I'm actually tired of lockdown. Like,
give me my
I might have to look for one of those people that make fake IDs to say I got it, but I didn't get it.
I know people are gonna push that one. People are gonna do
for
that
sure.
I mean, not that,
I'm gonna be that guy.
But yeah, I will take the vaccine any day. Give me 2 if you have to. 4, give me 4. 10.
Wow.
Give me
you're
10
not
if you have
you're
to.
not scared of what they're putting inside
I'm
your
not
body?
scared at all. The only thing I'm scared of is the longevity. That's the only thing I'm scared of. But
long term, right? But at this point, like, get me out the house. I'm tired.
Us as human beings, we have taken worse.
True. I've seen so much posts like people are taking cocaine, they're doing crack,
they're
doing
doing the most.
Yeah.
And you're scared of vaccine?
True. Nah. Like at this point, I want to get out.
Just give me.
I know, man.
Do you have any more questions for Fame?
Yes. Which international artist do you see yourself collabing with?
That's a good question. I'm trying to like this summer. You're gonna hear a lot of new vibes from me. I'm trying to tap more into the Latin and Afro beat type of vibes.
Yes.
So I want to work with like DeVito or like WizKid, someone like that. I feel like would be amazing and a different experience and a different vibe for me.
I can hear you on a track with DeVito.
Yes, me too. Yeah. Me too. Yep.
Yeah.
I can see
I feel like that'd be lit. I'm trying to take it like bigger than just like the city. Anyways, I want to be an international artist myself.
You know who I actually see you collabing with?
Tommy.
Yes. I see you collabing with Tommy.
Yeah. Do you know Tommy?
Tommy's dope. Yeah,
Yes,
for
I
sure.
see it. I see it. If we both see it,
Yes.
you got to do
It's a
it.
She's a
thing.
great artist. You guys should definitely collab together. That would be
I'm gonna have to reach out to her and be
Over
like,
the
"Yo,
moon.
they
Yes,
paged
and the
me. They said we
video,
gotta get a record."
beautiful.
yeah.
That video would be very nice.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
If you guys collab, we said it first.
You got to shout us out. We have to be in the video. If there's a
Yes.
video, we have to be in the back.
Y'all gonna pull up for the video shoot?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay,
No doubt.
say less.
With our Link 6
course.
t-shirts.
Don't stop us at the door, though. Don't stop
I
us.
got you.
Okay,
You
and
got
my
key
last,
access.
my last question is: give us your top 3 favorite albums of all time.
Top 3 favorite albums. Okay, I really like I like the Chris Brown album that just dropped, but the one
Yes, I
before
like
that
it
that
too.
had like 40 something songs on it.
That's
Yes.
a good
That
one,
one
yeah.
was what's it called? Heartbreak on the Full Moon.
Yes. Yes.
That's one of my favorite ones for sure. It's very versatile. There's a lot of options on there to choose from.
Mhm.
So you got kind of get the best of all worlds, you know. Hip hop. I'm trying to think the best album. This is tough, man. Okay, y'all go first. I'm gonna think about it real quick.
Yeah, Big Mich, you go first.
Me first.
Yeah.
Of course, To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick
Uh-huh.
Lamar. Of course, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Everyone knows I love that album. The third one, ooh, it's so sticky because for me because I've been listening to 444 lately and it's on repeat. So it's kind of getting there for number 3 for me. But I would probably say The College Dropout. That was a very
Okay.
iconic album.
Let me check my
So,
playlist. Let
yeah.
me see which albums I downloaded.
I'm
'cause this
usually
is
a
hard.
sucker for wordplay and creativity behind albums, you know? If you
Yeah.
sneak in a wordplay, you definitely got my ear, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it back to me? Okay, I would have to say Big Sean, I Decided. I don't know if you guys ever heard that album, but that
that's a good
album,
one.
Yes,
feel
I
like was
did.
made-
Yes.
I feel like it was made, packaged, and designed for me because at the time I was really like kind of like depressed and just trying to figure out my music career and the direction I wanted to go in. And I feel like he made that album for like anyone who is kind of like just unsure of what they're doing or, you know, just trying to figure out what they want to do in life or whatever. And that album kind of gave me reassurance from like someone who kind of already has his life together and his career
He does.
that you're not the only one who's ever been in this hole and there's a way out. You just got to keep working and stay consistent and kind of dig yourself out. At the end of the day, like we all go through it, like the best of us. Like you're not going to be a GOAT overnight. You know what I mean? It's a process.
Absolutely. I think he's so underrated too, Big Sean.
That's why
So
he's one of my
underrated.
favorite artists because
Yeah.
I've always kind of felt like an underdog in my city. So
Mhm.
listening to his music, I hear it. I understand like he felt the same way
Mhm.
within his own career. So, and he overcame that. Like he's one of the GOATs to me. So
Yeah, he is. I think one of his best albums, in my opinion, is Dark Sky Paradise. Is that what it's called?
yeah, that one was very
That
like
one was
hungry
different.
motivated. Like
Yeah,
he was hungry
going
on that.
hard for that. That's when I respected him. I was like, wow, you did your thing.
He wasn't playing.
He
Yeah,
wasn't playing in that one. Yeah.
for sure.
Yes. So that's your
And,
top 2.
the-
What's the third one?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need a
we-
third one.
Yes.
Making it hard for him. Making it really hard.
I'll say Drake. Let me just make sure I get the name right.
If you ever say, if you're reading this, it's too late.
His face.
Nah, I think Scorpion is probably one of my favorites to be honest because he was very like he was raw on that one. I feel like especially with the R&B side of it, like he was very like you felt the emotion in his voice and
Yes.
like what he was talking about. Like I could identify with it because like it just all made sense. You know what I mean? Like I know exactly what he's saying. So
For
Scorpion
me-
it hit for me still.
Has to be. When I first heard this album, I said this is one of my top albums. Shoot
Yeah.
for
Are
the
you guys
stars.
excited for his new album?
Who?
Are you excited for Drake's new album coming?
I'm about to lose interest because look from when it was supposed to drop.
It's taking way too long.
I know.
I'm
He
over
probably
it.
has some crazy features coming though.
I'm over it at this point. If it's not coming out in February, don't drop it. But
I mean, February is almost over.
Yeah.
You don't got much time
Yeah.
left.
shoot for the stars, aim for the moon, Pop Smoke. That Pop Smoke album.
It was good though.
That Pop Smoke album.
And big shout out to 50 Cent too. He did his thing for it too. He did his thing.
Super dope. Super dope.
I think
and like
Championships.
it's crazy to know that like that album wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for 50 Cent. Like he's really a legend, and it was amazing to see him do that.
And I know Pop Smoke looked up to him too.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like.
I wish he was alive during. Like I wish he could have seen how his music took off.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Fame, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you can find me under official Fame Holiday on Instagram and Fame Holiday on YouTube, all streaming platforms. And that's what it is. Like, I hope you guys check me out. I hope you enjoy this interview. Shout out to you guys for having me on your platform. I appreciate y'all. It's been nothing but good vibes and love. And yeah, check out my new single, Take Me Away. It's out right now, and I got more music coming real soon.
We definitely enjoyed this. Fame Holiday, thank you so much for linking up with us.